from the National News Studio, Sri Lanka.
Hello there, good evening and welcome to the National News Broadcast. I'm Niket Karunaratne.
A warm welcome to the news, and I'm Sharika Tahir. Let's move on to the headlines.
The President clarified to the G77 plus China summit on Sri Lanka's program to overcome technological challenges. Minister Manusha Nanayakkara says there is no need to have any unnecessary fears over the Employees Provident Fund. 2 new pomegranate varieties have been introduced. The French ambassador in Niger has been taken hostage. The stage is set for the Asia Cup finals between India and Sri Lanka tomorrow.
On to those and other stories in detail now. President Wickremesinghe emphasizes the crucial role of science, technology and innovation in overcoming the current development challenges faced by developing nations worldwide.
He has made these observations addressing the summit of the heads of state and government of the G77 in China in Havana, Cuba yesterday. The conference has commenced under the leadership of Cuban President Miguel Diaz-Canel Bermudez. Prior to the commencement, all heads of states attending the summit have posed for a group photograph. President Wickremesinghe began by commending Cuban President for convening this summit and acknowledging Cuba's historic role as a champion for the concerns and aspirations of developing nations within various multilateral forums. He noted the unprecedented challenges confronting the global south, including the pandemic, climate change, food, fertilizer and energy crisis, which threaten the achievement of sustainable development goals and exacerbate the global debt crisis.
At a crucial time, when the global south is impacted by multiple and interlocking challenges related to the pandemics, climate change, and energy crises, which paves the way for the setbacks to the SDGs and a deepening of the global debt crisis. In the 15th century, Asia was the most technologically developed region. Europe had advanced only in a few sectors, including gunpowder, cannon, and ocean-going ships. These 3 technologies helped Europe to conquer the rest of the world. The conquest of Asia and Africa set back the development of science and technology in our countries, creating the technological divide of today. Another quantum leap in technology and innovation is taking place in the 21st century at a geometrical progression, further widening the existing technological divide, leading to the marginalization of the South. There are 2 key factors essential for the developing nations to come out of this crisis. The first is digitalization and the adoption of new technologies such as big data, Internet of Things, AI, blockchain, biotechnology, and genome sequencing. The second is ensuring human resources skilled in the multifaceted fields of science and technology, and educated manpower well equipped with knowledge and technological know-how is necessary to keep the smooth flow of the needed transformations. These 2 factors single-handedly will lubricate the development and catching of process in the developing nations. Let me outline the measures my government is taking. A continuing economic restructuring process after the financial crisis of 2022 provides us with a chance to harness the potential of science, technology and innovation to our future trajectory of sustainable development and high growth. We are currently evaluating the performance of all our existing science and technology research institutes, some of which are underperforming. To promote the utilization of new technologies for Sri Lanka's growth, the government will establish a Technology and Innovation Council as well as a Digital Transformation Agency. Our universities currently do not have the capacity to create the requisite number of technology specialists. Therefore, we will establish 4 new universities focusing on the new technologies. One of these is the outcome of the technological cooperation between India and Sri Lanka. The International Climate Change University will be the 5th. The digital divide presents significant challenges to the development in the global south. These include limited access to costly technology, inadequate digital skills and infrastructure, cultural and institutional barriers, and financing constraints. Global trade barriers further compound these issues. To overcome these challenges, the G77 and China must establish an effective mechanism for cooperation. Otherwise, our endeavors will be limited to words. We must immediately reinvigorate the Consortium of Science and Technology and Innovation for the South, the COSTIS. This will be a test of our commitment.
Moving on to more stories, the finals between Sri Lanka and India in the Asian Cup cricket tournament will take place at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo tomorrow.
A final between the two countries in an Asian Cup tournament comes after the year 2010.
Worry about the fielder, that's going all the way. Another 6.
This is the 16th occasion of the conducting of an Asian Cup cricket tournament. The tournament has taken place in the form of a one-day international in 13 occasions and as a T20 fixture on 2. The Sri Lankan cricketers competing in tomorrow's match were seen engaging in warm-up sessions at the R. Premadasa Stadium this morning. Spin bowler Mahesh Theekshana will be deprived of the opportunity to take part in the finals due to injuries sustained in the Super 4 round match against Pakistan. Sahan Arachige has been called for the reserve. Accordingly, either he or Dushan Hemanta will be included in the final 11. Axel Patel has also been denied the opportunity to appear in tomorrow's final. He has been replaced by Washington Sudar. Sri Lanka entered the Super 4 round in the current Asia Cup cricket tournament by beating Bangladesh and Afghanistan in the preliminary rounds. In the same round, Sri Lanka also defeated the Bangladesh and Pakistan teams, was beaten by India in a closely contested encounter. A match between India and Pakistan in the preliminary round was abandoned due to rain. India has entered the Super 4 round by beating Nepal and entered the finals by beating Pakistan and Sri Lanka. However, in yesterday's match, Bangladesh beat India. Mathish Pathirana is among the highest wicket takers in the tournament by capturing 11 wickets. Dunit Wellalage is in the second place, securing 10. The highest wicket taker in the Indian team is Kuldeep Yadav. Shubman Gill is the frontline Indian batsman. He has secured 275 runs. Tomorrow will be the 9th occasion of Sri Lanka meeting India in a final. In 5 of the previous 8 encounters, India has clinched the trophy. Sri Lanka were the winners of the Asia Cup on 3 occasions. This was also the 13th occasion of Sri Lanka gaining eligibility for an Asia Cup one-day or T20 match. India has won the trophy on 7 occasions and runners-up on 3. Sri Lanka has also won the trophy on 6 occasions and became runners-up in a further 6. So far, 166 one-day internationals have been conducted between the two countries. India has won 97 of them and Sri Lanka 57. 11 matches have ended without a decision. 1 match ended with both countries scoring equal numbers of runs. The R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo had been the venue on 38 occasions in matches between India and Sri Lanka. Of these encounters, India has won 18 and Sri Lanka has won 16. 3 matches have ended in a draw. So far, a total number of 146 one-day matches have been conducted at the R. Premadasa Stadium in Colombo. The team which batted first had won 80 matches and the team that batted second had won 56. 35,000 spectators would be accorded the opportunity to watch tomorrow's match at the R. Premadasa Stadium. The high spectator interest has been taken over by tomorrow's match, and this fact has been proved by the manner how the cricket fans were trying to buy tickets for the match. India won the Asia Cup trophy last time in the year 2018 in a one-day format encounter. Sri Lanka were the winners in the T20 format encounter of the Asia Cup tournament played last year. The Indian team headed by Rohit Sharma will enter the field tomorrow with the aim of recapturing the pride lost due to defeat last year. The Sri Lankan team, captained by Dasun Shanaka, will also compete with the objective of retaining the pride by winning the Asia Cup last year.
Sri Lanka, who will reach the Asia Cup final for the 11th time. What a victory!
Acting Minister of Finance Ranjit Siambalapitiya says that downgrading from C to D in the optimized bonds according to the international rankings was a status that could have been anticipated. He further points out that Sri Lanka in the near future would commence going up in the grading. Minister Ranjit Siambalapitiya has explained as to what they have done with regards to debt restructuring. He has also pointed out that time is needed to repay the amount of sovereign bonds which have to be repaid. The acting minister further said that they cannot pay the dues appropriately as a result of the economic crisis. He has questioned as to how a Fitch rating company is downgrading just because of a delay in the repayment of sovereign bonds. He also stated that they have arrived at a satisfactory situation and that the country's economic performance will not fall from the present level. The local debt restructuring process has been completed. The acting minister added that they are expecting positive outcome and ratings from rating companies as soon as the Sri Lankan economy starts growing from next year.
Today is World Cleaning Day. Several programs have been conducted in this connection. Clean Up Sri Lanka environmental cleaning program has got underway in the Kaduwala town today. Secretary to the Ministry of Environment, Dr. Anil Jasinghe, has presided over the event. State and voluntary organisation officials have also participated in the program to clean the area near the Kaduwala bus stand. International Beach Cleaning Day also falls today. The main program organised by the Marine Environmental Protection Authority in this connection was held at the Port City Artificial Beach. Chief of the Presidential Staff, Sagala Ratnayaka, commanders of the Sri Lanka Navy and Army were also present. The cleaning program includes the cleaning of identified beachfronts and lagoons covering 14 coastal districts. Chief of the Presidential Staff, Sagala Ratnayaka, said that one of the international NGOs has stated in 2016 that Sri Lanka had one of the worst beach cleanup managements in the entire world. He added that this statement had to be accepted as a hard reality. He added that the government alone cannot conduct beach cleanup programs. Such programs have to be carried out by the Sri Lankan citizens through government initiative. He added that citizens should be made aware of the dangers of environmental pollution and stressed that Sri Lankans are in need of an attitudinal change. Cleaning of the Crow Island coastal belt has also taken place today with the participation of the Navy, police, civil organisation officials and school children. Former Minister Ravi Karunanayake was also present on this occasion.
Dumping of garbage to the Benthara River has caused a severe environmental crisis. Industrialists in the tourism sector point out that this practice has severely affected the industry as well. The Benthara River, which separates the southern province from the western province, is equipped with exceptional natural ecosystems. As a result, local and foreign tourists show strong attraction to the area. Many tourists are seen engaging in boat rides and watching the enchanting environment with great interest. The environmental pollution has been aggravated by releasing of refuse by the Pradesha Sabha garbage yard located closer to the Alutgama wheat fair. Even the river bunds are filled with discarded material. Refuse from the animal slaughtering places in the Darga town are also released to the river. The unbearable stench emanating from the area is severely affecting the tourists.
Manusha Nanayakara, the Minister of Labour and Foreign Employment, confirmed that the existing 9% employee benefit related to the Employee Provident Fund will remain unchanged. Minister Manusha Nanayakara made these remarks during his participation in a press conference held yesterday at the Presidential Media Centre on the theme of Collective Path to a Stable Country. Expressing his views further, he added that in line with the agreements made with the International Monetary Fund and the creditors, they have successfully completed the optimization of our foreign debt. However, it is also crucial to direct attention towards optimizing domestic debt. The minister also emphasized that taxation is not levied on the funds held by members of the Employees' Provident Fund. Instead, it is imposed as a percentage of 14% on the profits generated from the fund's investments. He added that they initially resorted to foreign loans, recognizing that they are funded by the taxpayers of those respective countries. Unfortunately, the challenges in repaying these loans led to explore options for local debt optimization. These loans led to explore options. Subsequently, after achieving domestic debt optimization, they were prepared to undertake a restructuring of the foreign debt. The minister has also pointed out that it's worth noting a significant portion has been sourced from funds.
Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena says that examinations should be conducted at the proper time and results issued accordingly. He made these remarks participating in the prize giving of the Vishaka Vidyalaya, Colombo yesterday. The 2021 annual prize giving was conducted at the main hall under the guidance of the principal of the school, Manomi Selviratna. Many students who have shown excellence have received prizes and certificates. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena said that for the school students, he wished that there will be exams and examination results given at the correct time. There should be a gateway for the students to receive higher educations by timely release of advanced level examination results. He added that they have made discussions with educational authorities to minimize the delay of examination and results by 1 year, which will result in students having their degrees an early year.
The 20-year Garagoda Bridge in Yatiyantota has been in a dilapidated condition for several years. The government has taken steps to replace the old bridge with a new one. Minister Dr. Bandula Gunawardena has presided over the laying of a foundation stone for the new bridge today. At present, only motorcars and three-wheelers are able to travel over the bridge. Many villagers in surrounding areas use the bridge as an access to the Yatiyantota town. The two-lane bridge with a length of 120 meters is to be constructed at a cost of 460 million rupees. Acting Minister of Finance Ranjit Siyamalapitiya, State Ministers Kanaka Herath and Siripala Gamlat, Sabaragamuwa Provincial Governor Naveen Disanayaka and parliamentarians Rajika Vikramasinghe were also present at the ceremony.
A surgery has been performed for the fourth occasion today on the injured Agbo elephant. Veterinarians are of the view that the wound in the tusker has now been cured to a greater extent. The Pandolagama Veterinary Office Unit has commenced treatment on the animal on the 12th of June this year. Director of the Wildlife Veterinary Unit Taraka Prasad and officer in charge of the Anuradhapura Wildlife Zone Chandana Jayasinghe and several other veterinarians were engaged in treating the leg wound of the Agbo tusker. An X-ray examination was also conducted. Vice Chancellor of Lanka Nippon BizTech Institute, Professor Anand Kumara, was awarded the Japan Foreign Minister's commendation for his remarkable contribution to the promotion of mutual understanding between Japan and Sri Lanka. The award took place at the Japan's ambassador's residence in Colombo yesterday. The Foreign Minister's commendations were awarded to individuals and groups with outstanding achievements in international fields in order to acknowledge their contributions to the promotion of friendship between Japan and other countries and areas. The commendations also aim to promote the understanding and support of the Japanese public for the activities of the recipients. This year's award was presented to Professor Vice Chancellor of Lanka Nippon BizTech Institute, Professor Anand Kumara. The award was presented by the Ambassador of Japan to Sri Lanka, Mizukoshi Hideaki. Professor Anand Kumara is a Sri Lankan researcher and was the founding Dean Faculty of Foreign Studies at Major University in Japan. Professor Anand Kumara was the first foreigner and Sri Lankan to be awarded the prestigious Japan International Cooperation Agency President's Award for a valuable contribution in Japan. Recently, he was offered the President of the Japanese Association for Global Competency Education. He is currently the Vice President of Sri Lanka Academics Association of Japan.
It is my great pleasure to host this special occasion to praise and celebrate the remarkable achievements of an exceptional individual, Professor Ananda Kumara. The Foreign Minister's commendations are awarded to individuals and groups with outstanding achievements in international fields in order to acknowledge their contributions to the promotion of friendship between Japan and other countries and areas. Professor Ananda Kumara has made immeasurable contributions to the promotion of mutual understanding and cooperation between our two countries. One of his most commendable achievements lies in his dedication to education and youth exchange. Great efforts have been made by him to nurture Japanese youth as globally active human resources for over 25 years. I definitely believe that the culmination of his efforts in education is the foundation of Ranka Nippon Biztech Institute, LNBTI, where he serves as the President and Vice Chancellor. Professor Kumara's tireless efforts are not limited in the field of education, but he has also paved the way for meaningful relationship in various areas. Professor Kumara's contributions have been multifaceted, demonstrating his leadership as a hub for educational, cultural, and economic interactions between Japan and Sri Lanka.
Even though I was nominated and selected for this prestigious award, I believe that this is not just an award for me alone, but it is a symbol of the faith and the truth and the trust of the Japanese government on Sri Lanka, based on the recommendations of the Japanese ambassador, His Excellency Mr. Hideaki Mizoguchi, and the embassy staff and the Japanese community in Sri Lanka. I wish to propose at this occasion my all Sri Lankan friends and invitees who have joined today shall work together to further strengthen the long-lasting relationship between Japan and Sri Lanka. There are many Sri Lankans who have been contributing to the development of both Japan and Sri Lanka in the right way. We're looking at all these things for a long period of time, and I realize that if these Sri Lankans can be trained properly in Sri Lanka before they are dispatched to Japan, they will assist both Japan and Sri Lanka in the bid to have better benefits. That would minimize the social cost of receiving foreign people to Japan for the job categories where there is a gap between the demand and the supply.
Minister Dr. Ramesh Pathirana says the sudden decision of the government to ban chemical fertilizers was not appropriate. He has made these remarks addressing the 33rd annual general meeting of the Sri Lanka Tea Factory Owners Association.
And also, we must mention the fact that the industry is coming back to normalcy gradually. It faced a grave crisis last year. Our production came down to 250 million kilos. But as per the predictions of the tea board, this time it might go up to about 270 million kilos. And also, as the rupee gradually getting strengthened over a period of time, we think that one thing is that the prices might go down a little, which would badly affect tea factory owners as well as the tea smallholders out there. But as the minister during last 3 years' time, I must mention the fact that certain concerns that was raised by Mr. Herath in relation to giving license to factories. Yes, as the minister, I have issued 2 licenses during last 3 years' time. That was after much representations made by the people's representatives of those areas. That's namely Passara, and also one in Matugama in Kalutara district. Yes, I have done that, 2 factories. That was because of the fact that there was a constant complaint from the tea smallholders, which was brought to me via the parliamentarians. So I, yes, acknowledged that request and permitted that one. But in relation to adulteration matter, I never moved my pen to remedy or to provide any relief to anybody. So we have detected 73 factories from 2020 to 2023. That was as per the stipulated time frame. Those factories are kept closed. I'm very pleased to say in 2023 only 2 factories were detected having adulterated tea. I think the trend is very positive. It's coming down gradually. So it's a good trend.
The tea industry is of paramount importance to Sri Lanka, both historically and economically. It plays a significant role in the country's economy and culture. The Tea Factory Owners Association too plays an important role in the overall value chain of the tea industry and provides invaluable services to the tea smallholders sector, which is a major contributor to national tea production. by supporting key processes such as processing of green leaf, supply of agriculture inputs, provisions of finance and extension services. The members of this association are a vital component of the tea industry in Sri Lanka. By extension, this sector and members of the association become key players in Sri Lanka's economic recovery efforts. For Sri Lanka to emerge from this crisis on a sustainable basis, non-debt creating foreign exchange inflows such as tea exports as well as other exports are very crucial. Thus far, the government has made significant progress in stabilization of the economy, but I must also say we have a long way to go. We can't take it easy right now. The economy is stabilizing. A positive message has been passed on. We are very confident by the end of the year there will be a greater stabilization of the economy, but however, we have a long way to go.
Here are some more news items in brief. The police special task force has arrested 70-year-old suspect with 1 kilo of ice narcotics near the Jaffna Old Post Office yesterday. A van and a mobile phone were also apprehended by the police. The STF has also arrested 2 close henchmen of organised criminal gang leader Priyamta, currently staying in Dubai. The 2 suspects were believed to have been connected to the recent shooting incident at a house in Ratmalana. A pistol and several ammunitions used in the attack were also taken into police custody. Handing over to media institutions of the video footage of places of national heritage under the digitalizing and promotion of national heritage has taken place this morning at the Ministry of Cultural Affairs. The Central Cultural Fund and the Department of Archaeology have prepared the video, which is comprised of 24 national heritage locations. Minister Vidura Vikramanayake was present at this event. Prime Minister Dinesh Gunawardena has presided over the commencement of the International Seminar on Indigenous Medical Methods and Educational and Trade Exhibition at the BMICH in Colombo yesterday. Liver Ayush are the sponsors of the exhibition, scheduled to be conducted till tomorrow. 566 Sri Lankan nationals have been dispatched for healthcare jobs in Israel, according to a memorandum of understanding reached between the Sri Lanka Foreign Employment Bureau and the PIBA Institute of Israel. Minister Manusha Nakara has handed over air tickets to 5 of the prospective employees at the Foreign Employment Bureau yesterday.
The Sri Lanka Army has taken measures to redivert all its duties relating to vehicle license issuing centres and 15 online centres to the Department of Motor Traffic, and the decision has been taken following a request made by the department. In the year 2021, activities pertaining to printing of driver's license and relevant purchasing were handed over to the Army. Accordingly, 22,763 million driver's licenses and 1.4 million 11,704 temporary driving licenses have been printed. The total number of driving licenses printed was 2.4 million 34,467. The government has been able to save a sum of 817 million and 99,495 rupees through the process. The Army during the period has extended an immense contribution by means of expeditiously handing over the printed driver's license to the applicants, providing facilities of speed post in collaboration with the Postal Department, and also by extending an efficient service via online to hold examinations. Other duties carried out include the setting up of a network for monitoring of environmental data of the data centers in Verahara and Narayanpeta, and extending contributions to the national security.
The Department of Agriculture has introduced 2 new varieties of pomegranate. The aim is to minimize the foreign exchange used to import the fruit. In Sri Lanka, the most common variety of consumption is the imported pomegranate. The country spends annually 9 billion rupees to import the item. The 2 new varieties have been the outcome of continuous research conducted by the department to find new types of vegetables and paddy. The new varieties are being successfully cultivated at the department's farms in Norachale and Veeravilla.
Ornamental fish breeding is an industry which could generate massive foreign exchange to the country. Industrialists in the field says they need proper assistance to carry forward their profession. Large number of small and medium-scale entrepreneurs are engaged in the field of exquisite fish breeding. These businessmen say that the relevant authorities are not focusing proper attention over facilitating supply in relation to the demand. There is a substantial demand for ornamental fish from many countries, including Japan. The public session titled Capturing Tomorrow, Exploring Photojournalism in a Changing World was held in Colombo yesterday. The public session was presented by two-time Pulitzer Prize recipient and internationally acclaimed photojournalist Estra Suarez.
We would like to also
ahead of us. But before we listen to Mr. Suarez,
the event was organized by the Sri Lanka Press Institute together with the International Center for Journalists under the support of the US State Department in Colombo. The speaker of the event, Estra Suarez, delivered an enlightening and insightful one-hour session that delved into various aspects of photojournalism, including the power of visual storytelling and challenges in photojournalism today. With a career spanning 3 decades as a dedicated photojournalist, Estra Suarez's wealth of experience radiated brilliantly as he recounted his professional journey during the event. His decision to the art of visual storytelling was evident as he took on assignments in over 60 countries covering a broad range of subjects. The Capturing Tomorrow event drew a crowd of over 120 participants, providing a unique and invaluable opportunity for aspiring and seasoned photographers, photography enthusiasts and public to gain insights and knowledge from the Pulitzer Award winner of the realm of photojournalism in a changing world.
An electronic waste recycling factory was declared open at the Katunayaka Export Trade Zone recently. Minister Dr. Ramesh Pathirana has presided over the occasion. The new factory, Ceylon Best Management Refinery Private Limited, is engaged in recycling all electronic wastes in Sri Lanka. It has been estimated that electronic waste of more than 1,000 tons are being piled up in Sri Lanka annually. The new factory is equipped with a capacity of 3 metric tons.
It's a timely concern of the country of ours. We've been dealing with a lot of waste since of late. We are still struggling, not only e-waste but also other solid waste management strategies of the country. So in relation to that, Sudesh has come forward with a state-of-art solution which would deal with the e-waste of the entirety of the country that is produced throughout the country. Capacity is 3 metric tons per day. So that's going up to about, he has a capacity of 1,000 metric tons per annum, which will deal with all the e-waste of the country. When it comes to the waste management, there's a special committee appointed by the Parliament, which is a Parliamentary Select Committee, look into the hazard caused by the Express Pearl and the New Diamond ships. There also we come across a lot of issues pertaining to the waste management. I think with expertise from Professor Ajit D. Alvis and also from the academics of this area, we would be able to provide a much better knowledge in relation to this waste management issue.
Staff of Sergeant of the Sri Lanka Army KIS Kirtiratna has been successful in becoming the new Serendip World Record holder today. He has achieved this success by completing a march from Point Pedro to Dondra. A senior non-commissioned officer of the 3rd Sri Lanka Signal Corps, established in the Security Force Headquarters, Jaffna area, KIS Kirtiratna, has walked a distance of 580.16 kilometers in 14 days. He commenced the journey from Point Pedro on the 5th of this month, reached Dondra by this morning. Kirtiratna has spent 12 days marching through Kilinochchi, Vavaniya, Madavachi, Anuradhapura, Kurunegala, Colombo, Aluthgama, Galle and Mathura. Representatives of the Serendip World Record have handed over the certificate of Serendip World Record to Staff Sergeant KIS Kirtiratna. Well, that's it on Local Stories. We'll be back with news overseas.
Prima Kutumi, Fantamai. කොළඹ ජාත්‍යන්තර පොත් ප්‍රදර්ශනය 2023 සැප්තැම්බර් 22 සිට ඔක්තෝබර් 1 දක්වා පෙරවරු 9 සිට රාත්‍රී 9 තෙක් BMIC සංවිධානය ශ්‍රී ලංකා පොත් ප්‍රකාශකයින්ගේ සංගමය.
Welcome back. And on foreign news, President Emmanuel Macron has said that France's envoy to Niger is living like a hostage in the French embassy.
He accused military rulers of blocking food deliveries to the mission. The ambassador is living off military rations, Macron told the reporters during a press briefing at a town in the eastern France yesterday. Niger's military leaders told French ambassador Sylvain Tte he had to leave the country after they overthrew President Mohamed Bazoum on the 26th of July. But a 48-hour ultimatum for him to leave issued in August passed with him still in place as the French government refused to comply.
And on sports news, let's take a look at more news from the Asia Cup finals. Sri Lanka spinner Mahesh Theekshana has been sidelined from the Asia Cup final against India due to injury, as confirmed by captain Dasun Shanaka today. Sri Lankan skipper was addressing the media at the pre-match press conference in Colombo this evening.
It's totally depending on the pitch. So the pitches has been playing a part in this tournament. So according to the pitch stats, we are picking a good side, and especially bowling against India. So we need to take more wickets up front. So that opens up the game for us. So I think that's a key area in the game. Yeah, picking at the right time, and as well as the boys want to deliver for the country. So as a team, we've been underdogs, so everyone wanted to perform in the bigger stage, and these youngsters, they need to show the world that what they are capable of. I think that's the secret of this young team. Fans been amazing in the recent past, so the way the guys have performed has attracted more crowd to the game. So especially the youngsters, they've been amazing in last 2 years, and the record is good. So and they see that we are fighting in the middle, whatever the end result is. So that what is important. Even in the India game, you guys saw how we fought in that after the first 10 overs with the bowling, and they like to see these kids, Dunit Vella, Matisha Patirana, and the young batsmen like Charit Asalanka, Patum Nisanka, how they're shipping into this game, not to forget Sadir and Sam Mendes as well. So they eagerly waited so long to these guys to perform. So I think that's what the difference is. So now everyone wanted to come and watch what they are doing, and they need to enjoy apart from their jobs and daily routine. So I think that's the best thing which has ever happened. So now Asia Cup final again. So they are expecting us to do something special.
Prima Kutumi, Pantamai.
And that's all the news for tonight. Join us again at the same time tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.